hej, det er Good Evening Europe, og vi sidder her med Hera Björk, der har fødselsdag.
Ja, tak skal du
have. Stort tillykke.
Tak.
Og fordi du jo har en lille connection til Danmark, så har vi taget noget dansk slik med til dig.
Jellyfaces, tusind tak.
Så det håber vi, du kan hygge dig en lille smule med på din dag.
Det skal jeg.
Har du haft en god fødselsdag indtil videre?
Det har jeg. Det startede med soundcheck. Ja. Meget tidligt. Men så er det bare kager og cram og hygge.
Det lyder som den perfekte dag.
Ja, det er det.
Og Hera Björk, du har jo en stor connection til Eurovision, kan man sige. Man kan godt sige, at du er lidt af en Eurovision queen. Du har været backing vocal, du har været dansk Melodi Grand Prix, det islandske Grand Prix, 2 gange i Eurovision. Hvad er det ved Eurovision, der giver dig lyst til at komme tilbage igen og igen?
Det er bare følelsen af joy og happy, og alle, som deltager, er full on i det hele. Ja. Og det er det, jeg elsker. Også publikum og Eurovision Nation. Og det er noget specielt, den her event, hver gang. Så I believe in it. Yeah. Så det er derfor.
Fantastisk. Og i år stiller du op med sangen Scared of Heights. Ja. Hvordan blev den her sang til, og hvad var inspirationen bag den ligesom?
Jeg fik den sang bare into my arms i løbet af september-oktober sidste år. Så det var ved første gang, jeg lyttede på det, så var det bare, jeg blev forelsket. Ja. Bare, ja, det var engelsk. Det er lidt langt siden, jeg har snakket dansk om.
No worries.
Ikke flydende mere, men okay, yeah, when I heard it the first time, it felt so right. Yeah. And actually, people have been asking me this question since 2010, like, when are you coming back? And are you coming back? And it's not like, not are you, but when are you? And when you come, what are you going to bring? So I've always said, like, never say never. I'm waiting for the right song and the right feeling. Yeah. And like in the fall, when this song came to me, Austis, the writer, she also is a great Eurovision fan and a fantastic songwriter. And she was like thinking of me a little bit when she was writing it. So she, in a way, wrote it for me. And it feels like that she knows me better than I do myself. So it really felt easy to like wrap my arms around it and just love it immediately. So it was a little bit similar like when I first heard Someday, the one that I competed with in the Danish national final. So it's just a feeling that I'm always looking for. It has to click. Yeah. And then I'm ready to bring it.
Amazing. And it's been a few years since you participated last, 14 years. Mm-hmm. How do you feel this experience is different than the last time you were here?
Well, we are in a really different era, like with social media wise. I have a better chance of connecting with the Eurovision nation through social media and through interviews like this. Yeah. We didn't have as much of those back in 2010. Also, the pre-parties weren't as many. Yeah. It was like only, I think, Amsterdam was starting. Yeah. It was like the second year or something, and then London. But it's just, it's really, of course, it's more easy for me because I know the process. Of course. And I know what I'm walking into. So I can enjoy it a little bit more. Yeah. I feel. I can like lay back and relax a little bit more. Which is fantastic. Which is the greatest gift, actually, to be able to like go smoothly through this adventure.
That's amazing. So you can feel like you can use the experience from 2010, maybe.
Yes, definitely. In like every way, on every level, in the preparation, in the pre-selection in Iceland, now in these pre-parties, because I've been to so many of those before since 2010. And also, I'm really looking forward to go to Malmö because I know the process, like behind the scenes. Yes. And I know how much work this is. That's not going to surprise me like it did last time. So I know which people I want to take with me through this process. So I think the greatest gift in this for me is that I can be like more prepared and more relaxed.
Yes. Now you talk about your past experience. Do you have like any memories that you really remember from the last time you were here?
Well, there are so many actually. But the one that I have said this before. The most like funny one, and that could have been the most catastrophic one, was the time like 3 hours before the final. I was in my dressing room, and the Norwegians were always putting slick all over the place. Yeah. And I had been like for 2 weeks like, no, not for me. I will break a tooth. And it was like this very yummy caramels and licorice and everything. So 3 hours before the final, I'm like, fuck it, I'll have one. And I reached out and have one, and I broke a tooth. So it's like, okay, but the learning from that one is like words like can be a spell. Yeah. Because I had been saying it out loud. No, I'm not gonna have them. I will break a tooth. So I broke a tooth. But luckily, my dentist, which is also one of my best friends, she was in the audience, waiting for the final party to begin. Yeah. So my manager calls her. She has a glue for for tooth breaking. I don't know, that's something that dentists have. She had that in the hotel. Okay. So she had a friend go into her hotel room, bring it to the arena. Yeah. And meet my team at the gate. She was brought in with security from the big hall to the backstage, but she was not allowed inside, to my back area. So we met at the gate, and she glued the tooth like up into my mouth, like over the fence, with security standing over us, like, what's happening?
Was it your real tooth that she glued back?
Yeah. Oh my God. Because I didn't swallow it. But of course I was a little bit like, oh shit, is this gonna fall out? Like, and I'm gonna choke live on stage. But that luckily didn't happen.
And I never noticed, so you did a great job.
Nobody did. No, she was like, this is not gonna budge. It's not, don't worry. So it was a really exciting, like 2 hours before. And maybe give it a little bit more of like adrenaline. Yes. So that was a really like, we've been laughing about this ever since. It's just like, remember when I broke the tooth. So
do you still have that tooth?
I still have that tooth.
No. So no Norwegian candy for Eurovision this year?
No. Only like soft Danish ones.
Exactly. We can bring you some in Malmö as well. So you're allowed. As you also mentioned, you were in Dansk Melodi Grand Prix in 2009 with Someday, which is like a big fan favorite for all of us. And I know you moved on, but could you ever imagine going back to Dansk Melodi Grand Prix?
Well, in a way, of course, yeah. I mean, I could, but I don't think it's going to happen though. No. Because I think so many things have changed. But like for me, like I said, for me, it's all about the song. Yeah. So if the song is right and the feeling is right, I might. It's all about these three things, It's about the song, the feeling, and then if the opportunity is there to grab it. Yeah. I mean, I'm a strong believer of grabbing opportunities because they come to you for a reason. Yes. And if you're ready, go for it. That's my obligation, so to speak. Yeah. So. Like with this song, Scared of Heights, and with Someday, it was like, yes, I really want to like take these songs and like spread my wings with them. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see myself again. I mean, the Dansk Melodi Grand Prix is a fantastic national selection. It was an amazing experience for me back then. Because it was the biggest thing I'd done up until that moment, as a television show. Yeah. And I was so blown away with how the professionalism, and like we were there for a week in Kaleen. Oh yeah. And so we all got to know each other so well, all the contestants. And I thought that was an amazing thing to do, to take all of us out of the city and bring us all together. Of course, some people were from other parts of Denmark. So we had a really good time, and we got to know each other, all of us. Yeah. And with that, when that happens, the competition behind the stage, it goes away. Because when you know someone, you're not competing. You're just glowing and doing your things, and you're like, you have empathy for them and you rejoice with them, and so it's a really smart thing to do.
Yeah.
So I really, really loved that ride. And it was actually hard to come back to Iceland because our competition was still smaller and in just at the broadcasting, like how do you say?
Like the place where you broadcast.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
exactly. So it had like very few audience, but it was like a big difference.
Yeah.
So but it was good to have. So I had it in my muscular memory. I could actually bring it back. Like, ooh, I'm gonna draw back that feeling of standing on the stage in Kaleen.
Yeah.
And then you have this memory to go back to.
Yeah.
So, but I loved it.
So maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Like I say, if it's the right moment, the right song, and it's the right feeling, definitely.
Yeah. You talked a lot about the right feeling, but what inspires you when you make music? How do you get that right feeling?
That's a good question and a difficult one in a way, but probably a very easy answer. I think it's also this intuition, this feeling of it when it feels right, and it's joyful and you're having fun, and we all know, us that are in the creativity business, that creativity is ups and downs and backs and forths, and we go like and no, this is not going, this is gonna be shitty, and then the day after we're like, ooh, it's like you need to go through the process many times.
Yeah.
And the project needs to be reborn a little bit many times.
I know you have a lot of your mind with Eurovision right now, but do you have any plans afterwards?
Well, I've started planning my Eurovision tour now, my Christmas tour. Sorry, so I mean it's already it's already April almost.
Oh,
so that means that the Christmas are around the corner. So I will be preparing that since the day I arrive also in Iceland. But then I've already started doing some bookings for concerts in the summer, Eurovision related.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go with the flow, and I'm not gonna book my calendar too busy before Eurovision, because I want to stay open and curious about what this is gonna bring.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, the last one brought amazing things. So.
Yeah. And it introduced us to you, so that was amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Likewise.
Thank you. Are we going to see you in Denmark soon?
Well, actually, I'll be in Denmark on the 4th of May.
For the Malmö Hagen?
Yeah. So we had already booked that before.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So
us too.
at least on the 4th of May, I'll be there. Yeah.
Amazing. We're looking forward to see you there.
Thank you so much.
In the end, do you have a message for the readers of Good Evening Europe and your fans?
Just mange tak.
Ja, mange tak.
Mange tak. Jeg er meget taknemmelig for jeres støtte. Og enjoy the ride.
Tusind tak, Hera Björk. Tillykke med fødselsdagen.
Tak skal du have.